welcome to the Outcast Weekly Stock Market Update. Hope everyone had a good week. We're going to jump right into the news because I think this week is going to be a mess. And I might only actually trade on Monday and Tuesday this week because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday there's quite a lot of high impact events that you need to be aware of, so we'll go through those. So you can see there we've got on Wednesday PPI, which is Producer Price Index, so that measures the average change over time of selling prices of various things in the USA. It uses like multiple price indexes of goods, food, energy, trade, transport, construction, etc. So depending on whether that's what the market expects, what the figure comes out with, that can have an impact on the dollar and therefore other stuff as well, as we know at the moment. And we've also got the FOMC meeting minutes. So this isn't actually the FOMC announcement, but this kind of details the policy of the meetings from the last 2 weeks prior. So a lot of people listen to it because it gives details on the reasoning for the interest rate decisions, and it can give the market clues about the Fed's sort of longer term view. So a lot of people will read into that one. So Wednesday certainly potential for trouble, and on Thursday we got core inflation, CPI basically. So this is the consumer pricing index for a basket of stuff like fuel, etc., food, and we know excuse me, we know the market reacts to that quite a bit. So yeah, be careful for Thursday as well. There's also jobless claims as well, which getting more into kind of recession indicators. And then Friday you have got most of the recession based indicators, which are you can see there's a lot of retail sales stuff there, so that can also have an impact on the price. So yeah, just go careful. You can see the timings on the screen there, and good time to be out the market. So I'll certainly be trading Monday, Tuesday, but the rest of the week I might just sit back with a bag of popcorn. Right, okay, let's get into the charts. Where's my charts gone? Hang on, bear with me. Oh, wrong one. Where's it gone? Okay, there we go. Great, right, so we'll start with the S&P as normal. And last week I think I was fairly bearish, but that's just opinion. That's what we trade off levels, as they don't have any bias, because what we saw actually was quite a bounce on the Monday. So we saw a bad Friday. Normally that will lead into some down movement on Monday, but actually price jumped quite a bit. I think it was 6% all in all through the week, and then had a pretty bearish sort of sell-off close into Friday. So weekly, what can we see? We got stochastic still heading down. Could be heading for a reset, but certainly not yet. We'll just jump into the chart itself, and we can see we created a new weekly level down here. I haven't added it on yet, but there's a weekly here, and we got a perfect bounce off this old weekly level you can see here, which if we scroll back was all the way from November. So just shows you how well these levels work. Perfect reaction off that. What else do we see? The weekly, I mean, it's not the most bullish of candles ever. It's kind of an inverted hammer, and a rejection off the weekly 200 ultimately. So that's not particularly a sign of strength, but we have got this level down here to base from. But yes, I still think it's okay to be kind of more bearish, or cautiously not bullish. Okay, so yeah, I think that was the only real thing on the weekly. I'm still interested in this high value node that we talked about last week, 3372. If we do get any wild action this coming week, that might be a level I'd be interested in taking. Alright, so we'll jump to the daily. So what we can see on the daily is so I've got the total percent move there from bottom to top. Actually, it was 7%, so that's quite a big move. So this was Friday. We opened up Monday here, wicked down to that weekly level, and moved on up. Now, what it then did, broke this daily level here. There was no resistance whatsoever from that, so I'll take that off. So its level is smashed. Broke through here, retested this point of control, which isn't a great point of control. It's not kind of pointy enough for my liking, but moved on up, created a daily level here, and then it rejected off the daily 21. Now at that point there, when that closed, you had a daily level created, and you also had the daily 21 rejection. That would have been a good sign to take a short position there and manage above the 21. And I think I've got a feeling I took short, but I had no way I played it all the way down to there. I can't remember where I closed. I had a lot of trades last week, so I can't quite remember. So yeah, quite a rejection. And then yeah, that's 3 days of downside into Friday close. Now there is a fib pull we took from the low of the open on Monday up to here, and came down to the golden pocket down here, and that was holding quite nicely as of Friday, but you can see it's closed below, so I don't hold out too much hope for that one. I did take a long off that, and I'm still in that, but yeah, I'm not too hopeful of a bounce on that one. So that's kind of it for the daily. Oh, the other thing we could have seen there to add to the short was bearish divergence there on the RSI. So we had a high here on RSI and a higher high, and at the same point we had a high on price and lower high. It's quite a big bearish divergence there. So those few things would have been a good idea to take a short. Okay, so for this week, now remember we're just given the levels here. We go into more detailed trade setups in the Discord, but the levels are there. You've got a value area low there. This not massively kind of taken by that, but we have got quite a strong level here now. That is a daily and a weekly level, major weekly support there. So you know, you could, if it comes down again, you could take this long, but if it starts breaking down below that 3,555 level, then that's when we could be looking for this high value node area. So yeah, keep an eye on that weekly level. Equally, if it moves up off here, off this golden pocket, which again I prefer to see a reaction off these. I don't like it when you see a close or a big wick below. It's a higher chance that it fails. But if it moves up, then we've got our daily level up here, which is going to be a strong resistance, and the daily 21 now, which we know its price is reacting to. So those are your levels. Yeah, intraday we post setups in the Discord, but they're the key levels. Just going to check on let's check on the witchcraft from last week, the moon phases. So I think there is a full moon today or tomorrow, so we'll see a green on here, and you know, October being supposedly bullish, who knows. The kind of green moon signals are haven't actually, some of them have been okay. I mean, this one here up to here, this one here up to here, this one, yeah. But the last two have been pretty poor. I can't believe I'm talking about moon phases because I don't trade often, but just a bit of fun there. But there is a bull moon tomorrow. Okay, let's have a look at Dixie now. And so last week, I'll skip to the daily. So last week we talked about this fib pull from here to here. So you can see that was Wednesday that high was formed, and Thursday, Friday, yeah. So we spoke about it coming down to this 618 level, and it's hit perfectly. That is a perfect golden pocket play. Had a nice bit of support resistance within here to play from as well, and it also created a daily level on the way. So that, while it rejected from here, I did say don't get bearish on dollar index yet. That's everything so far. It's just been a pullback. So that's what we saw, 618, and a good bounce. So that golden pocket nailed the price action there. Now, where do we go from here? So this, flip back to the weekly, this 113 level that I spoke about last week, it doesn't look like much on the daily, but because we did have closes up above it. But if you look on the weekly, perfect rejection, and also off this channel line. Another close below, and then we formed this hammer here. So the 113 level is a natural, flip back to the daily, would be a natural take profit area off your golden pocket there. However, there is bullish divergence, possible stop cross up, so I would treat that as a take profit rather than a closed trade. I think we could end up coming back up to the 114, which is the daily level created here, and also the top of the channel. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at the moment. But there's that was a really nice fib play. And if we do the latest one, what you'll find is the 113, these numbers all nicely match up with the golden pocket here, so that adds weight to the take profit in that area. So yeah, could reject from here, but I'd really, I think I said last week, I'd really only get bearish on Dixie if it starts to break down below this weekly and out of the channel. And yeah, there's no signs of that at all. As I said, every pullback we've seen has just been a reload. So yeah, I think that's probably it for dollar index. We can remove that daily now because that's broken. So yeah, we've got daily levels up and above, down, up and down. So could it range in here now? That would yeah, that's a possibility, and it actually would be quite good for the dollar index too, for the rest of the markets too, if it did that. Normally, Dixie doesn't have to dump for everything to moon like SPY and even Bitcoin. It just kind of has to stop mooning. So yeah, those are the levels. Right, let's have a look at gold. Go to the weekly and let's just go on here. So gold, last week I was pretty bearish on, but we did give clear levels to flip bullish, and gold got a pretty big bounce. So weekly stochastics pointing up, and we also spoke about this value area low last week. So while it's had a nice bounce, the fact is it's still rejecting off this weekly 200. I mean, that's a hell of a wick there, but at the end of the day, it's a rejection. And whilst it's closed slightly above, it has closed just below this value area. So I think we needs a bit more time. We need to see what happens into this week. It's also just getting into this steep kind of volume area here. So I wouldn't get too bullish. I mean, it's a clear downtrend on the weekly as well. So what else we got? So just zooming in, fib pull from high to low. 618 is coming in at 1734. Didn't quite make that. So could it try for another go this week? Yeah, quite possibly. But the other possibility we talked about was we said at minimum it needs to flip 1664. It did that. Could it just range within here now? That's a possibility to bear in mind. Okay, so we'll go to the daily. Yeah, stock's still up. That bearish divergence was pretty big from last week, and we can see that played out down to the 21, which is a typical target for bearish divergence, and it's sat underneath now this big. It's a really big point of control now at let's just zoom in now at 1710. So yeah, so while it's under here, there's quite a volume gap. That's why I think I was talking about, is there a possibility it just ranges now and fills out this volume. So yeah, if it does want to test up to this 618, great. We can pull another fib at that point, but the one I've got here at the moment is from the current low. That's clearly a swing high, so I think it could quite easily come down to this 1664 level. We've got a it's an old daily, and I should really take that off, but there's a little volume node in here. There's a point of control of this little mini range, possible wick to the 618, and then see what happens. If it fails that, then we've got our support down here, and if it moves back up again, then yeah, possible range play. So I think it might sound a bit vague, but I think it needs a bit more time on gold this week to see what it's going to do. Is it going to reject off here and move on up, or is it going to bounce from here, or is it going to kind of shoot through? I'm pretty indifferent. It's going to do what the dollar index does at the end of the day. One thing I was looking at was potential for a where's my paintbrush gone? Can't find my brush. Anyway, I was looking for a potential inverse head and shoulders here. So you've got a left shoulder down here to the head. Then if you are a member, you'll see the head and shoulders videos that I've done and how I like to trade these, but there is a potential setup there. You've got neckline here. The target for that would be approximately, let's go from here down to bottom and then extrapolate that to the breakout. You'd be looking at 1830 if that played out. Now there is a way to play these and there's a way not to play them, and again there's a detailed tutorial video we've got in the Discord that will tell you how to play those, but yeah, just something to watch out for. But those are the key levels for gold this week. Alright, those are the main three. Just one other one I was going to look at was this was one that EO mentioned in the Discord, and it's AT&T, and we'll go to the monthly on this one because it's I mean it's clearly I was going to say wrecked. It's not wrecked. If you look at this as a box, it is just kind of in a big range, but it is in a downtrend on the monthly, weekly, pretty much most time frames. But there is there is a nice liquid zone down here where we can see we've had a wick before, big move up, wick down here, move up, so and one there. So there's some reactions off this zone. So yeah, it was a good call by EO. So I'm gonna watch this one. Also, what's interesting on the monthly, you've got pretty massive bullish divergence here versus price. It's not unconfirmed, but if it does bounce, then that would start to confirm. But if you zoom down onto the weekly, you've got between here and here and here and here, you've got again massive bullish divergence. Daily, from here to here, here to here, again pretty big bullish divergence. Now they're not generally confirmed until you get a some sign of a bottom, but it's something to look for. If you get anything down into this zone, I'm going to be looking at this one. It's fairly easy to manage risk on, and you can see some pretty big gaps in price here on the daily. So I'm not saying it's going to go back up there, but there is a good risk to reward. Let's just have a look and see. I did have some volume on this as well. Yeah, got golden pocket there coming in right at this volume node, so that could be a reasonable target for a bounce. So yeah, not trade advice, but just something to watch for. So that's going to be it for this week. Yeah, stay safe on those days that we mentioned earlier, and yeah, come join us in the Discord, link below. Alright, thanks everyone, have a good week.